Good morning. My name is Phil Hewitt, Group Arts Editor for Sussex Newspapers. Fantastic pleasure this morning to speak to Frank Skinner, no less. Now, Frank, you are on the road. You're playing Guildford, Southampton, Eastbourne, and Brighton in our area with 30 years of dirt, and you're celebrating
Can
basic.
I stay at your place?
You can. Yeah, I'm probably in the middle of all of it. Yes.
It's perfect.
There's plenty to read. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
wouldn't have to
can.
go out in the evening. But you're on the road with 30 years of dirt, and that's celebrating 30 years of stand up. Now, how much has that changed in those years? Are you still talking about much the same thing?
And now I'm talking about quite different things because then I was a young, sort of wild, overexcited 30-year-old when I kicked off. And now I'm talking more about my joints. That wasn't a drug
The
reference.
skeletal joints, that is, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean the one thing that hasn't changed and is that I have lost no enthusiasm for it at all. I love the whole process of touring. I love playing different gigs every night. I like the sort of arriving at the theatre, sitting in the dressing room, the whole thing. Still, I keep saying to myself, I can't believe I'm doing this. This
But
is my
doesn't that ever seem like a bit of a slog? Always a
never.
pleasure. How come?
Never.
How come?
It's like an adventure, always. I love hotels. I love motorway services. I love late night driving, listening to the radio. The whole. I think I could happily tour without any shows.
What would you do all evening?
Well, I don't know, sit around and talk. I mean, that's it. You've got your tour manager and your support act, so it's a nice little group as well.
And presumably it's an absolute truism that every show is different, isn't it? You were saying, we were speaking just now that people laughed at different things in your early days in London to what they laughed at in West Midlands.
Yeah, and also I talk to the audience a lot. I don't see any point in doing a live show if you're going to do it like you're in your bedroom doing it in the mirror. So every place has got different things to talk about, and every front row is liable to throw up an exciting story. There was a couple in the front row, and I asked how they met, and they both looked a bit sheepish. And she said, "Oh, I was working for him, and we met." And I said, "Oh God, was he the boss? Head of the office?" And she said, "No, no, not exactly." And I said, "Well, what was it?" And after a bit, she said, "Well, I was the babysitter." And the audience, there was an enormous whoop. And of course, as long as it's treated, let's say, sensitively, there's a lot of juice in that particular fruit.
Absolutely. And sensitivity is key, but this is 30 years of dirt. That's the other continuity then, dirt. And you're happy to use the word dirt, clearly. I saw a review you were talked about as offering gentlemanly smut.
There you go. I'm
Is
happy
that
with
how
that.
you would see that?
Well, there is a long tradition, of rude comedy in this country, way, way back into medieval times. It's what people laugh at, a lot of people. And people who don't laugh at it, they
There's
tend to have
something wrong with them.
an, yeah, it's a problem.
But why do we laugh at rude jokes then?
I don't know. It's partly all the fear and anxiety, I guess, around the physical activities of adults. But it's good to be able to laugh at that stuff as well. I think.
Absolutely. And the
So,
lovely thing is that you're saying it so that we don't have to.
well, exactly. But also, it's you see people doing dirty jokes, and there's nothing more to it other than the fact that it's dirty. But I like them to be clever, sophisticated, finely crafted dirty jokes. That's the secret.
So you're packing a lot into your filth then.
I'm yes, it's filth of the deluxe variety.
Fantastic. Well, long may that continue. Frank, really, really lovely to speak to you. Thank you very much indeed.
Cheers. See you soon.